Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And today we're doing a rank up video. We're going to rank Galan, 6-star Galan, Awaken, Sig 200 from rank 4 to rank 5 because I have a rank up gem. There it is, 4 to 5 rank up gem. And we're going to use that today on him. And we have a level up event too going, which is nice. So let's go ahead and rank him up. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, so this saves me a Tier 6 Cosmic Classic Catalyst, 6 Tier 6 Basics, and 6 Tier 3 Alphas. I got this rank up gem out of the Loyalty Bundle from Cap's Commissary. I did not take the 7-star. I don't think that 7-star is worth it at this point. I think that the rank 4 to 5 gem crystal is more worth it, particularly for me, because look at all the stuff I'm going to save. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Okay, he is ranked up, and now I got a whole bunch of stuff in here that we're just going to use. We're going to clear some room out here in all this ISO. And we're going to get him up to 65. He's pretty high PI. We're going to take all of these basics first off. And then we're going to use those. And then we're going to start taking some cosmics. And then we'll clean up the rest of the ISO after that. There's not too much in here. So let's take all this. He's going to be about, I'm going to say he's going to be about a 25,000 something. No, he's not there yet. He's definitely going to be a 25,000 something. Definitely a 25,000 something. Uh-oh. Okay. Game is pausing on me. Okay. He's a 25,383. We're not ascending him. I do want to go in here and kind of clean this up. And we're not going to claim that. We're going to claim as much of the stuff that's going to expire as we can. We're almost, okay, look at that. We're almost there. All right. And there's a level up event going on right now, which we probably just got everything out of. Solo event. We did. So I want to go ahead and claim all that. Because there's 25 units in here. And we want those because that puts me above 74,000 units now. Okay, it gets me to 74,423, which is I wanted to be above 74,400. Okay, so let's take a look at him in Aunt May real quick. I've got this up here. And ours is a rank 5 6-star Sig 200 right now. So let's set this one to Sig 200. Okay, so he's got solar intensity 3, maximum of 3. So Galan starts each quest with 1 persistent solar intensity. This becomes 2 when defending and 3 if defending a final boss. When he defeats a non-dimensional being, gain 1 at the start of the fight, gain 1 indefinitely passive for each increasing the potency of all future buffs by 20%. This is pretty much just on defense. At 3 solar intensities, all of Galan's special attacks gain a true sense buff, bypassing the effect of miss and block. So, like I said, essentially he's going to get 1, and at the start of the fight, gain 1 indefinite intensity passive for each solar, which increases the potency of future buffs by 20%. So he'll always get 1. It's 2 while he's defending and 3 while he's defending in a final boss mode. That means that if you put him in AW, essentially. All right, so he's got Ta'an Biology, which is always active. So provides him immunity to fate seals and nullify effects, which is good. So this is good against things like Cosmic Ghost Rider and also against Longshot. Additionally, the Staff of Ta preserves his power and grants immunity to power drain, burn, lock, and special locks. So this is all tech stuff. His first light attack and second medium attack strike with the planetary side of the staff, granting 1 indefinite resist physical, which increases by 81.6 for rank 5. And then his first medium attack gives him 2 indefinite energy resistant buffs, increasing energy resistance by 81. So he can go up max 20. These are both max 20. Building additional resistance buffs while at their maximum quantity will replace previous ones, so it doesn't really do you any good. Okay, planetary mass. This is his shtick here. So whenever he gains a buff, he gains a planetary mass, which is increased by 10. Galan also gains 50 planetary mass whenever the opponent gains an armor up effect. This is mainly for techs. Whenever Galan is knocked down by a special attack, so he has to be knocked down by a special attack, he loses 30 per bar of power spent. Landing a heavy with 100 or more planetary mass will trigger Harvest. Activating the Harvest on an attack prevents Galan from building power if over 1 bar of power. On defense, the Harvest activates Galan when Galan reaches 100 or more planetary mass. So that's just on defense. So he is actually very good on defense. The Harvest lasts for 14 seconds. When the Harvest ends, Galan consumes all planetary mass to deal a burst of 230 direct damage for each planetary mass consumed. This damage scales with base attack only and is halved on defense. So it doesn't do as much on defense, but he's got other stuff for defense. So you always want to get to 100. You always really want to get to more than 100. So while the Harvest is active, Galan gains an unstoppable buff and a regeneration buff. So he actually heals. It's not fantastic, but it is enough. And if he performs a special attack while the Harvest is active, it becomes unblockable, and the Harvest ends. Burst damage triggers on the final hit of the special attack. So that's this right here. That automatically goes. So what you want to do is you want to build up, and then you want to heavy here to convert your planetary mass into Harvest, and then you want to use your special attack. So special attack 1, on activation, he gains 4 Furies. Furies last for 26 seconds and increase attack rating by 320 each. That is massive. While the Harvest is active, convert all Galan's resistance buffs into 5 planetary masses each. So he can keep kind of spamming this to get more. On activation of a special attack 2, Galan gains 8 intensity buffs, each lasting 22 seconds, increasing the potency of all new buffs by 5%. The final 3 hits inflict Incinerate, dealing 5,000 over 14 seconds. While the Harvest is active, instead inflict 3 Incinerates per hit with the same potency and duration. So you want to do this while the Harvest is going. Special attack 3, he immediately gains 200 planetary mass and begins the planetary Harvest. If activated while the Harvest is already active, refresh the duration of the currently active Harvest and enable Galan to gain power again. And then he can consume Solar Intensity, which, remember, that's up here, in pre-fight to do a crossfight. So we're not going to go over that because we're going to use him to attack today. And let's look at his signature ability. So this guy is a Sig 200. So whenever Galan prevents a power drain, power burn, or lock, so this is against mainly tech champs, from a non-mystic champ via immunity, he gains 3 indefinite physical resistance and energy resistance buffs. These buffs are the same. So that builds on this planetary mass thing. While the Harvest is active, Galan becomes stun immune and deals a burst of 119 direct damage whenever Galan gains any amount of planetary mass. So you can build on this. He doesn't need to be awakened, but it does help. Like, this is very situational, and this one does a little bit of extra damage, so he doesn't necessarily need to be awakened, but it does help quite a bit. All right, so let's look at synergies. And his crit rating is a 20%, which is okay. His crit damage is 147%, which is not fantastic. But he's got a 63% block proficiency, so he is pretty tanky. All right, so if I put Colossus or Thanos, converting resistance into planetary mass creates an additional. So we want this one right here. We want to. So we're gonna go ahead and go. We're gonna do a Winter Soldier Index. And we're going to go ahead and start building that team while we go over the synergies. So I want to bring him in. And we want to bring in Colossus. Okay, so we got Colossus because that gives us extra. When activated, Colossus. Oh no, it's converting resistance into planetary mass creates an additional 5. So that gets us to where we want to go faster. This is all for the heralds, so we don't want to bring any of these guys in. They all get bonuses, we do not. So heroes across the cosmos. So these guys get things, I don't care about that. Otherworldly testimony. So we want to bring in Mr. Fantastic, of course. Where's Mr. Fantastic? There he is. And villains across the cosmos really doesn't do anything. So well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in a Heimdall and an Angela to get an extra Fury. Because we've got some room to do that. And we'll bring in an Angela as well. Okay, and that way when I back up, I get an extra Fury, so I'll be able to do a little bit of extra damage here. And if you don't know that particular, I think it's under Heimdall here, and all champions except Heimdall, once per fight, will intercede on your half, dash back. You gain a Fury that does 15% base damage. So it just gives us a little extra damage. There's our group right there. We've got Galan, Colossus, Mr. Fantastic, Heimdall, and Angela. And all right, let's get into it. Let's save it, and let's see what his Winter Soldier Index is at rank 5. Now, we're going to try and... The timing on this is a little bit different, and the way you do this is a little bit different. He just doesn't all-out do a bunch of damage. He does damage with those specials when the harvest is going on. So we got to get the harvest going. I'm going to try and get a harvest going, and then hit a special 2 and try and do that rotation over and over and over again. I might go all the way up to a special 3. And so we want to get a special 2 and then put the harvest out, because if we do it before that, we don't gain any power. And, so we're going to kind of build up. You're going to see some big damage, but he may not do this the fastest, is what I'm saying here. Okay, here we go. Okay, yes. We want to go 1, 1, 1. We want to hit him like 4 times. 1, 2, or 3 times. 1, 2. So we're up to 140 already. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Now we need to hit him. Boom. Okay. Now we need to hit him with the special. All right, I'm unstoppable, and I got a regen, too. 99,000. You see that? Yeah, I got him. So we're going to try that again. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go for a special 3. Just build up as much of this as we can. Go for it. All right. And we got the harvest going, so we're going to do a special 3. And we're at 470 now. Now we want to go to a special 1. And this guy is so passive aggressive. Oh, there he is. I saw 100 and some thousand points come out of that. So right when we hit him. Because the harvest ended. We didn't get the special off, but the harvest ended. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we did that in 1:29. That's pretty fast, and 62 hits. 62 hits is excellent, but we had like 2 big giant hits in that. where we did about over 100,000 damage, and then the rest of it was all little tiny hits. A minute 29 is okay. I've done that. If I have a champ that's at rank 5 that does it below at less than a minute, that's really good. But 62 hits is really, really good. We're still at 91% health. We did get hit a little bit, so that's okay. All right, that is the video I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.